going, Sha?
Oh, not bad, I guess. I feel extremely unmotivated. Um,
Really?
yes.
Why is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It honestly hit me about, I don't know, a few hours ago.
Oh
I was just
no.
like, oh, huh, how about that? So maybe it'll pass, but
You have a lot
it's,
to do?
mm, I mean, I've had more.
Okay.
I've had more to do. I feel like I always have a lot to do because I procrastinate.
Okay.
So it just depends on how my deadlines fall as to whether or not I have a lot to do.
Mm.
Um, but I have a few things I need to do. Um, but it's not. It, it it doesn't feel like it's anything overwhelming. That's what I'm telling myself. But I also went on a little bit of a shopping spree, uh,
Oh.
which for me is just like extra t-shirts. Um, I found a t-shirt I like, so I made sure to buy it in different colors and to buy extras of them because you know how things are.
Yeah.
Fast fashion is such that they will completely discontinue that t-shirt and
Mm-hmm.
you'll never find it again. And so I try to stock up on them, but I do wear them. Um, and that kind of thing. I bought a candle that I don't think I need, but I bought it anyway, which is kind of how most candles are bought. So it doesn't feel too weird or whatever. I bought some hiking shoes because I told my roommate I'd go hiking with them. Well, not hiking shoes; they're like sneakers that will work for hiking.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to commit to hiking boots because there's a whole break in the boot period and all that kind of stuff. And by the time it takes me to break in a pair of hiking boots, uh, that's next year.
Yeah, no,
So
that's a lifestyle choice.
that's a lifestyle choice. It comes with getting like a camel pack, canteen for water. And
Yeah.
I just want to walk on a path that many children have walked on easily, and just carry a couple of cans of Sprite with me. Like that's how I want to hike.
That's it.
Yeah, that's how I want to do it. So I got some sneakers that out the box should be fine. Um, like but I wouldn't have purchased many of these things if I wasn't distraught in some way because that is sneaky squirrel how I deal with some sort of stress is I do some retail therapy
Okay.
and I I did that and still in my head I'm like things are fine but there's the other voice in my head that's like aren't you expecting yet another package things are not fine and so I don't know what it is. And then today was hit with just like not feeling particularly motivated. I might be okay. Maybe a long walk will take care of it. I don't think that will happen today because it is the temperature of Satan's asshole outside with the same amount of humidity, I imagine. Um, so I don't know if I'm walking any place today, but maybe.
Wow.
That was a lot. Was that a lot?
No, no,
Maybe
no.
not.
It wasn't a lot. I'm just I'm intrigued by how it works for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on up there. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
understanding a bit more. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Huh. Okay. So you subconsciously you
Right.
were purchasing items that you enjoy because they bring you comfort at a time when you don't feel your best.
Sure. Yeah, that's basically what retail therapy is, buying things that you think will bring you comfort because you feel uneasy.
Okay.
And you're like, this thing will not fix it, but I will feel a little bit better if I have this thing. The
Right.
issue is, do you need that thing?
Right.
And do I need all of those shirts? I don't know. I don't know if it's a look I'm going to be able to pull off. It's a particular kind of shirt. It's not just a plain old t-shirt, because that would be easy. It's a shirt that I got many, many of these shirts in just white.
Okay.
And it's a muscle shirt that goes out a little bit. That doesn't just look like a regular muscle shirt. So it kind of hangs over the shoulder a little bit, because it's folded and stitched under in a way so that it'll stick out a little bit, as if you have shoulder pads on it while having no sleeves. It's a very particular look.
Okay.
And I got extra white ones because I'm like, I may want to dye this in another color, a color that I think I'll wear or will go with what I've got going on, which is a very quick fix, everybody. If you have something that you're like, this isn't the exact color, or I'd like it to be a little more of this color, you could go out and buy dye and a bucket and just dye that shirt, and it might get closer to the. Look here, if you're going to be a bootleg fashionista, you got to know these little tricks of the trade, Gastor.
Yo, Shad, that wouldn't even occur to me to dye clothes.
Really? Yeah, yo. No, I have a pair of sneakers that I'm like, I either need to sell these sneakers to someone else, or I need to come up with a shirt that will match these sneakers. And I haven't been able to.
Like, on God, my first instinct when you said, if this shirt doesn't fit the look that I want, I'm going to dye it. Mm-hmm. My first thought, purely, in my heart was, like in the movies. Like, that's the only time I've seen someone dye a shirt. Like, in a 70s film of teenage youth. Mm-hmm. I didn't know real people did that today. I don't know. I don't even know where to buy the stuff. I don't know. To me, tie-dye is a thing that we did as a culture at some point before I was here. And now corporate America has taken it over, and now they just print it tie-dyed.
Tie-dye was big 3 years ago. A tie-dye print was big, and you could do that. And I knew people who were tie-dyeing socks and tie-dye. You know what I mean?
But they were for real tie-dye. They weren't ordering it
Yeah, no, they were tie-dye. Because you buy a little bottle of dye, you can mix colors in a. If you look at tie-dye and you're like, it's only this color and that color, I need a red. Go buy white socks that you like. Go buy the red dye. Get a bucket that you don't care about. Get some twine or whatever. Tie that shit up. Dip, blah, blah, blah. Do the rinse. Hang to dry. And you're good. You've just made your own pair of socks. That no one else, that'll be original.
That's hot.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to tie-dye. Tie-dye is not my aesthetic. But I don't mind if it's a
solid color dye.
Yeah, solid color, but faded in a weird way. That's just the way, it's just, it'll be an original look, blah, blah, blah. And granted, the last time I've dyed anything, I was, in my 20s or something like that. So it is a youthful decision. So I understand why you're I thought only teenagers did that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, touche. Yes, absolutely. But I can't, it was just what I thought of as a fix. I like the style of this shirt, so maybe I'll just dye it and then I'll try it out with whatever I have. And then, if you have a nice enough necklace and some heels, you got yourself a stew. You know what I mean? You got yourself an outfit. Did you say man. What? Did I say you've got yourself a stew and you said what? Is that what just happened?
There's a lot going on for me here, Sha, okay?
Yeah.
I'm discovering quite a bit.
Right.
Okay. All right.
But the big problem with that is that I feel unmotivated. So I may have these stacks of white shirts just kind of chilling in my closet for a while until I am ready to die. Until until I'm ready to die. And so I don't know. But again, like I said, the motivation issue I might be able to just walk through. I mean, I need to get out of my head because I know that's where it's happening, feeling
Yeah.
unmotivated. But so it's a iffy proposition to go for a long walk and try to clear my head because I could actually just fall deeper. It could be a meadow in my head. It could be quicksand. I'm not entirely sure what what is going on up there until we turn on a flashlight and see.
How often does this happen?
I don't know. I never really track it, but I mean, I feel like everyone has felt unmotivated in different times. You know what I mean? Just
No, I
like,
get that.
oh, I got to do this thing, but I just don't feel up to it, or
Right.
like it. I think it just hits people at times, and sometimes times where you can wallow in it, and sometimes where it's like, well, that's too bad. You got shit to do,
Right,
and I'm
right.
kind of somewhere in the middle. And it can also come with, like a burst of low self-esteem of just like, I'm not good at this. And I don't, imposter syndrome, maybe if you want to subscribe to that, just not feeling like you can't pull a thing off. So you don't feel motivated to try.
Mm.
And I don't know how much of that is healthy in a normal person's like head.
Right.
But, I think it happens to people no matter how healthy in your head you are, if you have any motivation to do anything at all.
Right.
If you're not really motivated to do anything, you're just like, I just do this thing and I let life take me and I do the thing. And then you might be fine for the most part.
Right.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for you.
Huh?
I'm here for you, Sha.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's not as scary as it sounds.
No, I know that.
Sometimes.
But, still point it out there.
Yeah, well, thank you.
If you want someone to walk with, admittedly, my walking range is like 2 to 3 blocks.
Yes, I know. I would have to take a car to your neighborhood in
Yeah,
order to take a walk with you.
But I'm willing. I will gladly walk you to and from the J train.
Thank you.
We'll pick up some water, but I'm here.
Oh, thank you very much, Gastor.
It's trippy to me only because, like, I am feeling extremely emotional right now, and it leads to me being more productive.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have to think about how I feel. Like, so just for context, there's 2 very big things happening. There's 2 things happening right now that like have spun me emotionally. One, my family's in Florida. We were supposed to do a trip to Florida in August to visit my in-laws, my godson. Found out that I forgot about the whole school in Florida thing, and the week we were planning on going, they would all be back to school.
Oh yeah, that's right. In the South, everybody they go to school like August 1st. Right. In the way that in the North here, y'all stay in school until damn near July 4th.
Yeah, literally. Like the last week of school was the Monday of the last week of June. So like our vacation ends differently. So like I forgot to calculate into that. So when I spoke with my godson and his family, they were like, yo, like we won't be able to like kick it like that.
Right.
So we had to make an audible, and it was essentially like, Gabby wants to see her brother and the family. So but I already have booked gigs for July.
Right.
So they went. I'm here, so I'm a little emo because I'm not on a trip. I know that my godson is for further context. My godson is Gabby's youngest brother, so she has a relationship with him obviously first, but like that's legit like my boy.
Right,
like, I've known him for years, and I'm his godson for his confirmation. But his baby, who's like 3 years old, is going to be my godson. For his baptism. So like there's like I have like my own very real relationships with these people. So like I miss them myself.
Right.
And on top of that, there's stuff about this trip that I wanted. My son is going on an airplane for the first time. He's like super excited, and like I was looking forward to like being on that flight with him.
Right.
So yeah, like I feel like I missed on some moments. So I'm super emo about like not being a part of one of the summer activities that I was really looking forward to.
Right.
And I'm doing that for work. Like, there's stuff that I'm really trying to accomplish work-wise this summer, and I'm making the decision to be responsible instead of canceling all these gigs where I could be preparing and practicing. I need to do the right thing and do that, and in turn, I'm gonna miss out on this activity. And when they leave the day after, as we industry people know, everyone knows, but to us directly, the Emmy nominees all get announced. And yeah, like
yo, this year was a doozy.
Yo, like this. So it's a great year. Like sincerely, I love the nominees, but like for us in particular, like I don't know how you feel about it, but like this is the year that like I feel like I know the most nominees. Like I personally know people that are doing stuff, and it's exciting. It's beautiful. Like, yo, we was in the trenches together. These are people I did open mics with, and it's exciting to see some of us starting to win and crack the door. But it's also like a reminder that you haven't cracked yet.
Yes, yeah, which may possibly be why a few hours ago I was like, damn, I don't feel like doing shit. I feel like I'm doing a lot, but I am not.
Yo.
I am not doing anything, it feels like.
So
yeah, that might be it, actually. I don't know how I didn't consider that, but I truly didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like there's people that like I know, and I love their work. I respect that. I want them to keep winning because it opens up more doors for us. But in the meantime, yeah, like it's scary that like, yo, I've been putting in the same decade plus of time, and they're in and I'm not. Is it because I'm not supposed to be? Like that they're announcing Emmy for like creative writing or their acting performance, and I was like working on a TikTok. Like that hurt. Like, yo, we in different places right now.
Yeah.
And like, it's bad to work on a TikTok by yourself, but when you got a wife and kids and they not there and you working on a TikTok by yourself in the living room, oh my God. That shit was wild. That swing was crazy to me. So like, yeah, like I was like, yo, this is a real week. So in a nutshell, whenever I feel that emo, I start working more so that I don't have a chance to sit in those feelings. So like, we usually record like at a certain time for the listeners. I text Sha like right before that, like I needed another 15 minutes. That was because I'd slept like 3 hours. Like I passed out from working so much. I worked like 36 hours straight. I needed to work until I knew that when I went to bed, I was going to instantly fall asleep. So that I don't have a chance to like linger, think about how I'm feeling. So yeah, I worked until very, very early, very like late into the early morning, like when people were going to work, and I panic woke up for this podcast, and I will do it again tomorrow until my family's back or until I win an Emmy. Apparently, yeah.
That's so funny. It's just you know what? It's just look. It is a very emo time. We talking about a full moon. We talking about both of us are in our feelings. It's so, you know what? Okay, here's something I think that must be new to the Just for Laughs whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't even bring that up. Yeah.
There was someone, just for listeners, just a very basic thing. There was a fellow who was kind of in charge of a lot of the selection for comedians to come up and do Just for Laughs in Montreal, right?
Yep.
Montreal, as they say. And in Montreal, for like new faces, comedians that people had not heard of, it's a very big platform. If you're able to get chosen and get up there, a lot of things can change for you. A lot of things cannot, but a lot of things can. It depends on how you play it. And there was a fellow who was in charge of it for quite some time, and he had a very particular views of what he wanted to see and who he wanted to see and all that kind of stuff. And this is not to hamper anyone who managed to get it. But there are a lot of people who are deserving who did not manage to get it, really, because he was very just like, no one over a certain age, no women who wear boots on stage.
Yeah,
real thing. No women who wear boots on stage or miniskirt or something. Or it was a little odd. And so he's no longer with them. So I think this might be the first year that they were fully like without that guy, and they had their own thing, and they've changed some of their processes. And one thing that they've changed is if you don't make it, they now notify you. Before, if you didn't make it, you didn't know until all of a sudden there was an announcement of who made it, and you were like, oh, okay. Yeah, but this time they let you know that you didn't make it. And I gotta say, I got an email that said, yeah, you didn't make it. And I was like, I kind of liked it the old way, maybe. I don't know if I like getting this in my inbox.
You have been formally dismissed now. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I'm like, I kind of like all of us just like, huh,
Yeah. It's because it becomes like the feeling that we like I'm glad that we talked about this, because like we're processing it differently, but like there's a real like emotional component to what we do that we innately, because of how we write and perform being alone, we assume we got to process it alone. Like, this is hard, you know what I mean? But you can just talk to your peers, like, over and over again. Every time I'm super stressed as a comedian, or like I'm feeling a lot about a comedy job, whenever I finally like give myself the authority and push through like the embarrassment of it and bring it up with other comics, I'm blown away by how often they're like, yo, you know what? Me too. Like, like I'm blown away by how much like other people feel that and just hadn't had the space or didn't feel they had the permission to bring it up. It's valid. Like we put a lot of time into this stuff, and outside of the freedom with stuff like, for example, our podcast and other things that we do independently, in terms of like the industry stuff, there's like 6 of them. You know, like there's like 6 major moments or things that we're like all like trying for. And, you know, like there's a lot of tension with those moments, and eventually those that are supposed to get in some way. Like
you get what your version of that is.
Right. Yeah. Like some version of you winning, if you're like legitimately talented enough and you've put in the work. From what I've seen, the industry does eventually find you. That's kind of one of the beauties of comedy, I will say. Your version of success does come to you. But I also know that when you're in it, it damn sure feels like loneliness sometimes when you're not getting that.
Yeah, I think we have to acknowledge comedians in general. We should be better about acknowledging how much community there is in stand-up comedy, because we do, like you said, present as being alone because we're the only ones on stage. And it, the folklore of it is that you're a lone wolf prowling the stage, giving, saying these things off the cuff and brilliance and all that kind of stuff, when really it's been workshopped with other people. Other folks have helped you write it. You've helped other people write things and craft stuff. And emotionally, you have to have people that you're able to talk to who understand it as well. And even if it's not a thing they would have wanted, they understand what it's like to see someone get something and go, oh man, and that kind of thing. And it's And that is absolutely not to take away from the people that we know who were nominated, because they're all great. I mean, yeah. I didn't see anyone trash nominated.
Yeah, not one.
Anyone that I was like, ugh, you know.
And also, point. Like, it never goes away. Like, even them, like, I'm happy for them. They're gonna experience a great night. But I promise you, the very next time, they're gonna have the new version of it. Like, oh, I didn't win. Like, not, you know, like, there's always a new version of it. It doesn't go away. Yeah, so, like, I'm excited for them, but, like, in my heart, I know that they're still dealing with the same feelings. It's just in a new place.
Yeah, it's just different levels. There's different levels to all of it. So, you know, and that's probably what I need to just take a walk and, like, think about, of just like, well, I mean, you can't be upset about not getting that, because, you know, that's not, for me, I mean, I'm lazy. So if there's something I'm like, oh, I wish I was nominated for that, it's like, well, have you made any moves to do that thing? And I'm like, no, I haven't actually. I actually kind of thought to myself, that's not a thing I want to do. And how the fuck you gonna be mad that you didn't? You're right, brain. That's the kind of conversation I gotta have with myself. Well, walking through the swamp that is this hot ass swamp that's happening in New York.
Oh man, I'm glad we had this talk, Shot. Sincerely,
yeah, me too.
Real talk. Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast too, by the way, listeners. But,
yeah, there'll be more stuff, but first.
Sometimes we need moments for us. Let's get into the news.
Yeah.
Amazon will cover that Grubhub delivery fee for you, baby. That's right. Amazon, the company that has dutifully trained most of us to think of consumer goods as things that we can get delivered right to us at the very minute, has sunk its teeth into another wing of the delivery convenience realm, Grubhub. The result, Amazon Prime subscribers now have access to a free year of Grubhub Plus, meaning they won't have to pay delivery fees for 12 months. Grubhub's parent company, Just Eat Takeaway, announced a commercial agreement with Amazon that affords Amazon a small stake in Grubhub, according to a press release from Just Eat Takeaway. Stake being a little bit over 2%, that could rise up to 13% over time, according to Bloomberg. But more importantly to us, it means we get free Grubhub going forward. Grubhub Plus, which is introduced in 2020, offers unlimited free delivery for any orders over $12. Grubhub Plus membership typically costs around $10 per month, meaning it pays for itself after 3 to 5 deliveries. But Amazon Prime subscribers will now have access to the service for free for a year. Bang. What do you think?
I don't know about this. Look,
no?
I mean, we are putting so much on these Amazon delivery people and on these Grubhub, like, real talk. We really are. That's all, you know, they're not able to, I mean, they're trying to unionize, everybody is, and they're trying to get whatever they, like, what they're due. We're asking them to do a whole bunch of shit, but I would not be, it would not be honest of me to sit here and not go, oh, we should use Prime to try and get a thing here faster. And I don't feel good about it. Like, is it important? Is it an important thing? I mean, in the most recent case, it was my AC unit. It was important. But I mean, like, we just put, and even then they sent that out to the U.S. Postal Service. So this tiny, tiny woman showed up at my door on a Sunday and was just like, I have a fridge on my truck, but I can't bring it in. Is it yours? And I'm like, a fridge? Good Lord, no. And I walked out there and no, it was an AC unit, but it had Frigidaire on it. And I was like, all right, baby. But she was literally, she came up to like my ribs. And I was like, yeah, you're about 6 inches taller than the AC unit. So I guess I'll get this.
Man,
I mean, like, it's just, we're putting so much on them. We put a lot on the Grubhub people. If there was a way to guarantee that maybe whatever we're saving could turn into tips for them, because it's just kind of rough out there. I don't know, man. Like, I get it. And I know it seems great and, like, very I don't know. It seems like it would be very convenient,
Right.
but I don't think they checked with the people who actually have to do the job.
Yeah, no
In the
way.
way that Grubhub had that day in New York where all lunches were free, but they didn't let any of the restaurants know that they were doing a Grubhub day. And all hell broke loose an hour before it even, like, it was supposed to be from 11 to 2 or some shit, or 11 to 4. And by 11:05, half of the restaurants in Manhattan were like, we're closed. What the fuck is this?
Yo, that's the first thing I thought of, because like legit, we have like stuff that we get. We have like the Amazon subscription for like 10 items in my house that show up regularly, and the subscriptions are individually, they all make sense. Like if I explain to you why I ordered that thing, right? But there's subscriptions for each of us. They're different. You know, I have stuff that I get subscribed to. I have stuff that I subscribe to for Gabby, so on and so forth. And I'm just picturing that like delivery. Like, so the last time the dude delivered to me, he had to deliver my sparkling ice 12 packs.
Right.
Gabby's mulch for her plants. Michaela's markers, because she does the art stuff. And now we gonna ask that dude on top of that, yo, also bring me some pork fried rice and General salad.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's wild.
And then I really don't think we checked in with the drivers.
Oh my God.
I really don't think we checked in with the employees, and they're leaving. Employees are leaving. All I've been reading about lately are employers just being like, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. Y'all ain't paying me. Other places have things open. I'm not doing this. I'm not peeing in bottles for you anymore. So people are leaving the jobs, and they're just steady like, we'll bring the world to you in 30 minutes or less. And I'm like, I don't think you will.
Real talk.
Like,
Domino's tried, and it was just pizza. And they failed.
Just pizza. And that didn't, I don't know. I mean, I wonder, well, maybe that worked in New York. I mean,
I heard there was a ton of car accidents, and they gave it up.
Oh, wow. Because they did that for years in Atlanta.
It was crazy.
In other places where everyone had cars and it wasn't as wild like in New York. It wasn't hard to get a pizza in 30 minutes or less.
Yeah, that was wild over here. You had Domino's dudes stabbing people in the street. Get out of my way. I make this delivery because it came out of their pocket when they didn't hit it.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy times.
Yeah, I am uneasy. Also, these are two companies that clearly don't communicate with their employees
at all. And
so I feel a little weirded out. I mean, their whole selling point is just, this will be easier for you, and here's what it's going to do for our stockholders. And I'm like, what about the people who have to do it?
Like, it's wrong, but I cannot stop laughing at how wild these deliveries are going to get.
Yeah, I'm going to order dumplings, and I mean, they're all going to come with a bite in each one of them. Like, I'm not.
And you're going to have to be okay with that, because you understand.
You're going to have to, because
he needed that protein to lift that air conditioner and get your food here on time.
Right. So,
dude, I ordered yesterday, and like, it's been like 3 months to this, where Seamless, Grubhub, and by the way, yo, get your act together. How many brands? It's all the same company.
And there was Grubhub, and then I think Grubhub bought Seamless. Although I thought Seamless bought Grubhub, but then they're using the Grubhub name. But I guess Grubhub bought both. Seamless. But they do use both, because I've
always been Seamless.
On a computer, like on my laptop or on my work computer, I'm Seamless. But on my phone, I had a Seamless and a Grubhub app separate, and then they both just. One day I opened my phone and there was just one orange app. And I'm like, what happened? Where did Seamless go? Whose color is orange? And it was.
Yo, but like, I was placing an order this week, and I've noticed it a few times, but I don't know, like, it didn't occur to me as a good idea. I placed the order, and then right afterward, they asked me if I want a snack from 7-Eleven as well. And I'm like, yo, you got that dude making pit stops for me?
That's what I'm like.
That's just crazy.
Asking Are you asking these people if they want to do all this?
Yo, and
Do
like
the people know?
And like, yeah, like it'll show you the 7-Eleven snacks, but like there's
That's
like
not what's
regular
in
shit
there.
at
Come
7-Eleven too.
on.
They like, yo, you want batteries? I'm like, you got homie picking up batteries? Like my
Yeah.
man's getting my food. Like this is too much. It's not
It
fair.
is. It's a lot. It's a lot. At some point, maybe put on a mask, leave your house, get your own. Like, I never want to send anyone out for snacks for me because it's so personal. And it's so easy to get wrong if they're not your snacks. You don't even realize you're just thinking, oh, this person wants snacks. Here's what they said they want. I don't exactly see that. So this ought to be fine because you're not thinking how personal and particular people can be about snacks.
Yeah, no, that's how you end up with puffs instead of crunchy cheese doodle.
Exactly. I'll tell you this. My roommate loves Diet Coke. Loves it. That's basically all he drinks. If he sent me out and was just like, can you get me a Diet Coke? And I came back like, they didn't have Diet Coke, so I got you Coke Zero. He would move out the next day. It's super serious. So there's no one that I want to go rooting around. I know what I like at 7-Eleven, and I know it's on the bottom shelf. I know it's never right at eye level. And as a person who organizes stuff in an office for people to be able to grab easily and they never can, I know that people only look at eye level. They never look up or down. So if it's not right where your hand is, you're not going to see it. You're not going to get it. You're going to get something else. I don't want someone who's on a timer, who's already been assigned 2 other pickups. And, like an Uber Eats guy also does Uber, or Uber also does Uber Eats. You know what I mean? Like, you could be picking up a person or a pizza. You have no idea what your next job is, but you're on a timer. And I got you rooting around for like caramel covered bugles. Let me do that myself. That's the very least I could do. Is take my fat ass to the street and get my own goddamn snacks.
Good luck to y'all drivers out there, baby.
Good luck, man.
Add a tip jar. You know what I mean? I'll tip you in person. Because they not taking care of you.
Not at all.
In other news, pregnant Texas woman tells a cop the road repeal lets her fetus count for the carpool lane. That's right. On Friday, the Dallas Morning News reported that a pregnant woman in Plano, Brandy Batone, told the police officer who pulled her over in the carpool lane that in light of the Roe versus Wade rescission, her fetus counted as a passenger. I was driving to pick up my son. I knew I couldn't be a minute late, so I took the HOV lane. As I exited the HOV lane, there was a checkpoint at the end of the exit. I slammed on my brakes and I was pulled over by police. An officer peeked in and asked, is there anybody else in the car? I said, well, yes. He asked where. I pointed to my stomach and he said, my baby girl is right here. She is a person. He said, oh no, it's got to be 2 people outside of the body. I love that he's been like responding to this already before, apparently. He said, no, we've been through this. According to the report, the officer was not impressed, saying, I don't want to deal with this, and was issued a $215 citation. But another officer told her, if you fight it, it will most likely get dropped. This was a Dallas County Sheriff's Department's operation. Representative Raul Reyna told me that it's not technically a checkpoint because not every driver is stopped. The only vehicles that are stopped are ones where officers can visually see traveling with only 1 occupant. HOV rules require 2 passengers.
Yeah, sure.
I'm with this lady.
There's going to be a lot of this, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like the ridiculousness of this being overturned requires ridiculous responses like this, though.
That's true.
Like, I'm pro this. Like, I fully get the police officer being like, yo, lady, I'm just going through it.
I'm just trying to do my job.
You know what I mean? I get you, my G. But, like, yo, like, last week as a country, we kind of, like, went through it. Last, like, 3 years as a country, we kind of went through it. But, like, like, yo, women deserve that one right now, all right? Like, I get you got to write your ticket, you know, but, like, maybe purposefully write the license plate wrong, do some stupid shit so that you get your quota, but she could, like, just easily fight it. because
Yeah, I mean,
she
all
got
she
every
has to,
right.
she can just go fight it, court, go to the court date, and if the cop isn't there, it's
She good.
dismissed.
Yeah. Push it
So,
back enough time so that the baby's actually in person.
but yeah, for real.
You know?
But also, like, I mean, I guess this will be a tactic used a great deal until something happens to crack down on this tactic, because
Right.
this will just fill up courts with a lot of needless, rigmarole, I guess.
Right.
And so, then there has to be another way to irritate them. I mean, let's do it on all fronts, man. You know what I mean? Like, take to the streets. Let's do these irritating little ticket things. Let's have meetings. Let's fund abortion funds, like places that are already prepared, that have seen this coming for the past 10 years and already prepared to do the work.
Yeah.
We got to attack this in any way, shape, and form that we think will work. Like, we literally are having to put bodies on the line in a way that I don't even think we realize. So, yeah, I mean, be annoying. And let me tell you, a white woman in Texas being annoying? Come on. Y'all got that.
Hell yeah.
Y'all got that. Come on, lady. I know a few of y'all. Y'all got this.
Amen. Do it, yo.
Yeah.
Press some buttons out there. Go to Baskin Robbins on Tuesday.
Especially where you are. Absolutely. What would you say?
Go to Baskin Robbins on Tuesday. Tell them you want 2 free ice creams. You know what I mean?
Wait, what? Is that a thing?
Yeah, they do like a free like little ice cream for the big ice cream. So get like 2 big. If each person that buys like a big ice cream gets like a little ice cream or free toppings. So do that. You know what I mean? Double up. Get in there. Tell them, y'all, it's 2 of us in here. We get 2 of these bad boys.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? They get every time the 2 people is a plus, there's now 2.
Then use it. Got it.
Leverage
okay.
It, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's just be super annoying. Let's be super annoying. Oh, also, protesting outside of any restaurant or home of a Supreme Court justice that ruled in a certain way. I mean, easy. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. But let it be known outside. Yeah. That's not on private property. Yeah. Have at it.
Why not? Let's do it up, baby. I applaud you. You know what I mean? Brandy, you're a visionary, okay?
Yeah, all right. I don't know if she's a visionary. There are people who are putting blow-up dolls in a car. That's a vision. She's doing what she can for this particular ruling, but as far as HOV situations, it's a little weak. She could have just gotten a blow-up doll.
In other news, British Airways passengers left in tears after being trapped in a boiling plane for 90 minutes. That's right. British Airways passengers are accusing the airline of slowly killing those on board the hot aircraft.
Okay.
This is the energy we need from y'all, okay? White ladies in Texas, this is what I want to hear, okay? This is the escalation level y'all got to take it to, okay? Whatever's happening, elevate it, okay? British Airways passengers, they came ready, okay?
I mean, they are the original white ladies, so.
Oh, man. The hot aircraft. Yo, fun fact, by the way, I bumped into a friend of mine who is like a 50-year-old white woman from Long Island. And she's like, hey, I love your storytelling. I listened to the podcast. I got to be honest with you. I don't understand any of you and Shalewa's references. And I was like, that's great. I'm glad we're informative though. She's like, yeah, I'm learning a ton. She's like, I got to do a lot of like Googling. Oh man, shouts to Tracy. Keep doing what you're doing out there. We appreciate you.
Oh gosh. Oh, I love you so much, Tracy.
Oh man. Passengers boarded the flight in nice ready for departure at 7:35 p.m. on a Sunday, July 10th, but had to start fanning themselves with leaflets to keep cool when it failed to take off on time. The cabin crew and pilots apologized to passengers as they remained on the ground for an hour and a half before the pilot finally had passengers disembark and wait in the air bridge to try and cool off, while staff handed out water. Speaking to the news outlet, one passenger commented, "It's disgraceful. It is hotter than hell on this plane." British Airways is slowly killing us. Yo, I can't say that straight, yo. And it's so awesome. This man came ready. Oh, man. The customer went on to claim passengers were left crying and on the verge of passing out as they awaited takeoff, branding it truly disgusting that the plane had no air conditioning. British Airways is literally a joke, they added. Other passengers took to Twitter to complain. I'm excited there was other passengers that talked about it, because so far this sounded like one
very angry person.
Everybody else was like, yo, chill, it's cool, man, we good. But oh man. The other passengers took to Twitter to complain about the issue, with one person tagging the airline as they wrote, "British Airways, we are stuck on the tarmac at Nice Airport." Is it Nice or Nice? Or Nice?
Oh, that's Nice. If they're going to France, that's Nice.
Nice, got you. I was over here like, yo, this airport is talking shit. Nice airport. I dig it. Okay. It's about 40 degrees on here. No aircon. We are 2 hours late and no sign of going. It's inhumane. Bang. 2 passengers had to be removed.
Did they ever say what was wrong with the plane and why it wasn't moving?
Let's see here. The plane is believed to have missed this opportunity to take off due to a rotational delay on the inbound service. There are some heavy ATC restrictions in France this evening, which delayed them getting a new slot. After the plane got off the ground and arrived at Heathrow Airport, 3 travelers are said to have gone to the front of the plane to tell the crew they felt like they were going to pass out during takeoff. The incident took place amid ongoing issues and delays at airports, with an investigation by the PA News agency revealing that Heathrow Airport and Luton Airport to be 2 of the worst locations for delayed flights in the last year.
Gotcha. All right. So then they missed their spot and they were waiting, and it just, so that means that they were just going to let them boil even while flying, because when the plane starts running, that AC kicks on and the recirculated air and all that stuff kicks on while the plane is on and running.
Right.
Yes? Right.
I would assume that, like, the on part that runs the AC, I obviously don't know shit about planes.
Yeah,
the impression I get is that the AC on part only turns on when it's flying. So, like, they don't want to burn the gas. I was wondering that
too, but I think once the plane starts moving, once it starts taxiing, it kicks on.
I hope you're right, but apparently,
because I'm thinking about when do I reach up to turn the thing, turn the air, move it, and we haven't taken off yet.
And you get cold air
when I'm trying cold air.
Huh.
Like, it changes to cold air at some point, but I feel like it happens before we take off. So yeah, because I was like, if that was the issue, they could say, well, this is a busted plane and we're trying to get another one. But if they literally are like, we missed our spot.
Yeah, that's wild. Because if it's a busted plane, why are we on it in the first place?
Why don't you just swing back around and take us off of the plane? So that means that if it wasn't a busted plane, then they just didn't have the AC on. I don't know. That is kind of wild. That is a little wild. But also, look, I'm not trying to both sides this thing, but there might be a reason why they missed their spot. And it could be because people were probably being pokey getting on the plane.
Nah, man.
Because I've definitely been on planes where they're like, hey, come on now, we're going to miss it. And I'm like, okay, all right, Southwest, we really, we don't have to do it like that.
Take ownership, okay, passengers?
Yeah. How long did it take you to get your stuff in the overhead compartment?
Seriously, maybe you brought 2 bags, okay? It was only 1 carry-on. Now some don't fit,
Yeah.
See, it's on you. You got to take ownership.
Yeah. And I got to say, at least if it was like Spirit Airlines, they would have just told you to roll down the window. They would have, because those planes would have been the janky kind that have like a handle to roll down the window.
Oh man, yo, I'm all about this energy though. I don't know. I'm supporting these.
Of complaining because
Yeah,
it's too hot.
hell
Yeah.
yeah, I'm about that. Keep doing it. You got every right to demand an air conditioner. I hope the Wi-Fi was free at least. Like they gotta give
Oh
y'all
no,
something.
there's no. I'm sure they charged them for Wi-Fi. They didn't have the AC on, and then they were just chilling out there in the heat, just baking them in a tube.
In other news, penguins at a Japanese aquarium are being fed cheaper fish, and they aren't happy. That's right. An aquarium employee waves a mackerel near a penguin, but there's no reaction. When she moves the fish closer to his beak, the penguin turns away. An otter sniffs the fish, then runs away. For the penguins and otters at Japan's Hakone and aquarium, an hour's drive from Southwest Tokyo, inflation and raising prices have meant a change in diet, and the animals are not happy about it. Before, the aquarium offered penguins and others aji, or a Japanese horse mackerel, which the animals readily ate. But the aquarium, home to 32,000 animals, including sharks and seals, was not immune to the economic woes plaguing many global economies. The price of aji has increased by 20 to 30% since last year. So to cut costs in May, the aquarium switched to a cheaper alternative, saba, or mackerel. It has not been well received, with aquarium workers having to get creative to encourage the animals to eat. For instance, the otters and penguins appear more willing to eat the mackerel when mixed with their favorite aji. Ideally, they would like to have a full aji, but they are patiently eating mackerel. The aquarium is also cutting costs by reducing the number of circulation pumps from 2 to 1, which has reduced its electricity bill by 40 to 50%.
Okay. First off, on that last bit, but does that make the water dirtier?
Yeah, I was about to say, B, we just got a whole flight of people pissed off about air conditioning.
Yeah.
You know
I
I mean?
don't know. I feel like you might. Anywho, look, I love these penguins and otters so much. The photo of that penguin with his head turned while there's a fish like being waved at him, and he's just like, no.
Nah.
I have never felt more seen as a persnickety eater. As a persnickety eater, my heart, that shit spoke to my heart.
Like, B, I got
Don't come in here with
standards.
don't come in here with no mackerel. You know that's not what I eat. You know damn well.
I don't do this knockoff Target store brand
this?
cookies.
What
okay?
is this? Why are you bringing me fish sticks?
You know what I mean?
What is this?
Keep that
Yeah,
market
man.
pantry shit to yourself.
Exactly. That's so funny. The way, I mean, like, it's something, if you haven't seen it, search for the photo of the penguin, search for the footage of them just being like, no, and just turning away like a child. Oh my God. Yeah, man, you got them in captivity. So you got to feed them what they want.
Hell yeah.
I know the price went up. Maybe you got to charge more. I know they say they don't want to necessarily. They're like, we could raise the admission fee for the aquarium and fix this issue, but we would like to do our best to keep the facility a comfortable place for our guests to visit. We do not plan on raising admission prices. I mean, I don't know what to do.
I'm cool paying 20% more if the fish eat what they want to eat. If the penguins eat what they want, I think that makes sense to me.
I think let's look at how much the head aquarium person is making, because I bet you it's like 70% over what everybody else is making. So maybe let's get some money away. Whenever any company or entity is like, I don't know where we're going to come up with the money for this, go straight to the top, cut their shit by half. Look at this.
Bomb.
Look at all this money.
Right
and
there.
They're still going to be fine. Like, do that. Go from the top down.
Bet you could buy a lot of aji. Okay.
I bet you could. And I like the mixing the mackerel with it. I mean, that's a trick I've definitely had to do. I'm doing that with a certain cat right now.
Gabby does that to me. I know it's happening and it still works.
Yeah.
Oh man, you think I want grounded turkey? No, it's madness. Okay, but I understand there's health benefits, so I tell her not to tell me when she's mixing it into my foods, and I just eat it.
When she's mixing it in.
You know,
Yeah, just start with a meatball.
that's it.
Start with a beef turkey meatball and then work your way into all turkey. Also, Gabby, this is just from me to you. Season with powdered onion soup mix.
Ooh, okay.
It's got all the different seasonings that you need. It's all in one packet, and it makes everything taste like that instead of like, it's harder to detect that you're eating ground turkey from ground beef when it just tastes like well-seasoned meat.
Here we go. Bang. Look at this. See?
So there's that.
Penguin, Johnny the Shalewa, and Gabby in y'all life. Okay.
Oh man. These penguins. Yo,
real talk.
I hope the best for them. I hope that they too are able to get the kind of bugles that they like that are on the bottom shelf of a 7-Eleven.
Stand your ground, okay?
Stand your ground.
Real
You'll
talk.
get it. We'll get back.
Oh yeah. See, that's a GoFundMe I would support, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Send the penguins their IG. Hell yeah.
I know what it's like to be very particular about what you want to eat.
Yeah. And it's not even like it was their fault that they got into that. Y'all fed them that. Like, y'all got them used to that diet.
That's true.
That's on you. You could have started this mackerel shit from the jump, and they would have been eating that.
Yeah, I wonder if mackerel is even a fish that they based on where they're from, they would normally encounter. Yeah. That could be it too. Like if mackerel is from like the north side, but they're south side penguins, they don't normally get.
Nah, man, we don't do this. I grew up on IG and waffles. Okay.
Yeah.
What is this nonsense, B? My mama don't make it like this. She put grits on the side. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? This is a real bagels versus biscuit situation right here. And I don't know exactly.
I'll eat my IG over easy, okay?
Yeah.
I like it scrambled. You do sweet grits or salty? How you do it?
I know. Yo, this is what we're talking about right now.
Oh my God. Yo, I love y'all penguins. Real talk, man. Y'all got me. In other news, U.S. tourist survives a fall into Mount Vesuvius.
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 Right? I think. Hold on. Vesuvius, yeah. That
feels right, yeah. Into Mount Vesuvius after reaching for the phone. That's right.
I'm sorry. I got to take a moment. Okay, go ahead with the story, because that headline alone has me going, what?
An American tourist.
I knew it!
Fell into the crater of Mount Vesuvius in an attempt to retrieve his mobile phone at the weekend. Italian police told CNN on Monday. The 23-year-old man from Baltimore. Come on, homie.
No, it's not a good look, Baltimore.
Come on, B. Was hiking an unauthorized trail accompanied by 3 relatives on Saturday morning.
It just gets better and better. It's the ugliest American story.
The Carabinieri of the Provincial Command of Naples said 2 British tourists were also spotted walking on the Forbidden Trail. Following the fall, the man reported only a few bruises on his hands, arms, and back. He was treated by an ambulance that arrived on the scene, but he did not want to go to the hospital. Of course, you don't want to be sharing that story. You're embarrassed. Nah, it ain't that bad. It's just a broken arm, B. I'm good.
Yeah. We don't need to get the authorities mixed up in this.
The path had clear signs warning of danger and forbidden access, according to the force. Which that's the police force, not Star Wars, which added that the prosecutor will decide whether to proceed with a formal charge against them for invasion of public territory. The last eruption of Mount Vesuvius took place in 1944. It is still active, but is in a state of repose, according to the park's website. The mountain's highest peak reaches 4,190 feet. while the crater has a diameter of 1,476 feet and is 984 feet deep. Vesuvius had been a dormant volcano for centuries before it erupted in 79 AD, burying cities like Pompeii, Aplantis, and Stabiae beneath the ash. Gang.
Yeah, okay. So let me get this straight. This American tourist was walking on a trail that no one was supposed to be walking on.
Not a person.
He dropped his phone.
Yup.
And then tried to reach down for it and then fell a little bit into Mount Vesuvius.
Yup.
And I mean, great, he made it out with some scrapes and everything, but bruh, you should have a few burns for that. You know what I mean?
Real talk. You earned those.
And what do you think he was doing with his phone? What do you think he was doing with his phone?
Oh, definitely selfies.
I mean, what are you doing, man?
He's doing it. This is a TikTok influencer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Busted his ass. He's still going to find a way to make it content. You know what I mean? He's not doing it yet because he doesn't want to get sued. He wants to make sure they don't sue him.
Right. It's hot on him right now.
Yeah,
he's going to give it like a year. It's going to be like a real fun throwback Thursday next summer. Or just like, remember that time I fell in Mount Vesuvius? And then you see footage of his phone.
Oh, man. Yo.
But I also blame phone makers for charging so much for these little computers in our pocket. Give us this technology for cheaper, so when we drop it in fucking Mount St. Helens or whatever it is that we're climbing, like, we don't feel like, I got to go in under. Although, honestly, I was thinking if someone pushed me or hit my hand and my phone went into the train tracks, would I go after it?
Train track, 100%. I'm jumping in.
You jumping in?
Train track, easily. For my phone, yeah. Easily. Not even like debating on it. Matter of fact, train track is such an easy decision that like I might even send a kid of mine in.
Okay, see, now that's an issue.
I might be like, yo, Aiden, jump down there real quick.
Go down there. That. You're little.
Real talk. I could pick you back up.
Oh, wow.
Like,
yeah, no, I'm just getting another phone.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because if I jump in, I don't trust that I have the upper arm strength to get myself out of there. It would be pure adrenaline at that point.
Right.
But also,
yeah, you need a kid in your life.
I can't touch that phone again. So I'm going to submerge it in rice that's steeped in bleach. I'm going to fuck that phone up trying to get it clean again. Nah, man. I now have iCloud, so it's all there.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I my father-in-law is a deacon, so I'll get it blessed. Get some holy water.
I don't know what saint or angel or whatever is in charge of electronics, but I feel like a Subway is going to be like, yeah, we're just going to have to let's pray on you coming up with enough money to get a new phone. Let's do that.
Oh man, I love that New York City train tracks is as close to hell as Shy has been. She's like, yeah, nah, that's dirty.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta train tracks, I go down and get it. They're not nearly as busy. I do not have to worry about a train coming right away. I got time.
Oh, man. Finally, a Houston area couple could lose their home after being sued by the HOA for feeding ducks. That's right. Ducks are causing quite a bit of ruckus for a Houston area neighborhood, but the blame is coming down to a retired couple who could lose their home because of the mayhem. George and Kathleen Rowe of Cyprus are being sued by Lakeland Village Community Association for feeding the ducks. The neighbors also filed complaints that the same ducks are damaging their properties by defecating and destroying their gardens. The lawsuit was filed on June 11th and includes a court order that demands the Rows stop feeding the ducks permanently and seeks a monetary relief of no more than $250,000. They want racks, B. According to the Houston Chronicle, if the Rows are found in violation of the LBCA's rules, such as deed restrictions and activities that create untidy conditions and can't pay the fees, the association will look to foreclose their home. Whether or not the lawsuit prevails, the Rose have already put up their home for sale. We didn't have the $250,000, so we have to be prepared in case that's what it's going to cost, Kathleen Rose said to the Houston Chronicle. The Rose have lived in the home for more than a decade, and it does appeal to ducks as it porch faces waterway, the newspaper reports. The Rose said they regularly watch the ducks in the waterway from their rocking chairs as they sip their coffee.
Okay, so there's a little bit going on here.
Yeah.
Homeowner association. Have you ever dealt with any of that wackiness?
Nah, no HOAs in East New York.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it's complete bullshit because I'm sure that there are listeners that are a part of their homeowner association and they have to be because they bought a house in a subdivision and it gets them access to a pool, a neighborhood pool,
Okay.
and yeah, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. But you also have to make sure that everything about your house fits the rules of the HOA.
Okay.
I got a little bit of an issue with it. I don't like it. I don't like them. I don't like being told what to do. Now, look, I'm not going to come into your neighborhood and paint my house hot pink unless you tell me I can't. So what we going to do now? You know what I mean? Like, but I get if it's a kind of a community where you want everything to look the same,
right.
You know, Edward Scissorhands style. You want everything to be like that kind of. And honestly, personally, I probably won't buy a house in that kind of neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably won't buy a house full stop, but I probably won't buy a house in that kind of neighborhood. It's not what I'm looking for. But if that's what's going on, and that's what's going on. What was new to me, and also my parents, their last house was in a neighborhood that had an HOA.
Really?
And yeah, at a certain point, we were just like, just don't pay the bare minimum, but don't pay all this extra shit, and just make sure your grass is cut. And you know, but what I didn't realize is that there could be language in an HOA agreement where they can foreclose on your house.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's gangster.
I'm like, yo, this is for us to be able to use the pool and the clubhouse, and y'all can close my house because I want to feed the ducks.
Yo.
I think their concern was that, you know, if you feed the ducks, like they said, the ducks are, well, one thing is the ducks won't be scared of humans anymore.
Okay.
Which to me, that just sounds like a power play. Ducks are mean. I mean, don't get me wrong, ducks are mean, but you know, and then they'll go around and they'll mess up, you know, they'll poop on everything.
Wow.
And they'll be aggressive and they'll poop on everything if you feed them, unless you're the one feeding them, I guess. I don't know. But to threaten to throw someone out because of that is wild to me. Like, I feel like they better hope that no one has a bird feeder in their house. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it felt weird to me because like I thought like this is kind of what you did in those neighborhoods. Like I 100% believe that when they bought the house, the realtor told them, "Oh, and you can see the ducks from here."
See these ducks? Yeah, I bet they shipped those ducks in for this subdivision.
Yeah, no ducks naturally in that part of Texas.
Yeah, what? You know?
Know what I mean?
What ducks they go there for the winter? They're not there all the time. So yeah. I bet these are company ducks, right? So they're employees basically, right? They're if that. I'm willing to bet they're just hourly, and you know, they're like, we give you a place to live, so just go out and be cute on this lake. And here comes someone who's just like, I just want to sit on my porch. I want to feed these ducks. It's cool. And the ducks are like, well, we like eating. And then they're like, well, I wonder who else would be willing to feed us. And everybody else is like, ew, get away. But I bet those ducks see those bird feeders hanging off of their patios and hanging on their decks.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, so so those birds get to eat, but we don't. Squirrels get to eat, but we don't. Look, feed them all or don't feed any of them. But don't kick them out of there. That just feels. I'm not big on HOAs because of things like this. It's kind of like
the duck policies.
Yeah, the duck policies.
Now, man, These duck policies are ridiculous in these HOAs.
The duck policies, you only having 3 choices of colors to paint your house. You having to use a particular kind of grass on your yard, like all that kind of thing. You can't have a rock garden because it doesn't fit with the rest of the neighborhood. Look, I just wanted a place to live. I'm not trying to be like the rest of you. I just want a place to live.
Real talk, B. I seen your clothes. I don't want you matching my house.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? This isn't a movie set. This is how I live. I got wild ducks on my front porch yelling for breakfast. I don't mind giving them breakfast. And then, my house is royal blue. What are we going to do? What's the problem?
Yo, that sound like a remix to Old Town Road. I got ducks in the front. My house is royal blue. That's hard, yo.
Yeah, you're probably right. It does sound like that.
If you would like
for
Sha and I to win enough Emmys that we could start our own HOA. We'll buy reckless properties in neighborhoods without HOAs. Start an HOA that only says you could do what you want at this HOA.
Yeah, you're within reason.
Within reason, and here's a pool.
Here's a pool.
That's the whole HOA contract.
The whole thing is you just got to chip in to help us keep the pool clean.
That's it.
Then that's fine. But, I mean, if you also and you can't feed ducks, well, now, what that got to do with the pool? They're not going to be at the pool.
That's it. They're not at the pool.
I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done.
All you got to do is subscribe to the show, baby. If you are an Apple, Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't think Sha and I could run a successful HOA? Okay,
you may be right.
You may be on something.
You may be right.
Yeah, it's not our strong points. Okay.
Yeah.
But we believe in us. Okay.
Right.
5 stars at the least. You understand that we can't run an HOA, but you like our aspirations. Okay.
Yes.
That's all we asking for.
Yeah.
Also, Spotify listeners, you can now check the podcast on video as well, right on the app. You know what I mean? Crazy new addition we just added recently. So check that out if you're not a YouTube person. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shouts out to correspondents this week, Brandy Spain, Davida Caranas, and This Is Des. Really appreciate y'all. They all I think everyone not only contributed articles, they all did double-digit articles. So appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you real so much.
Made my life a lot easier this week.
Thank you.
And admittedly changes the tone of the show because I tend to skew a little bit more serious, and I was already a little emo this morning, so it would have been a real dark list of articles.
Yeah, if we had left it to Gastor, it would have been him crying about basketball by the end of the show. So,
we don't need a play-in tournament in the NBA, okay? And bring Brittany home, okay?
Yeah, for real.
But for real, do that.
Yeah, we're fucking around. What's going on? But for real, though.
Oh, man. With all that said, I am HOA VP Gastor Almonte with the HOA president, Shalewa Sharpe. This has been another episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.